Hello, I'm the Virgo Queen, here to awaken the divine consciousness. I do Motherpeace, tarot, and astrological readings, and this weekly weather forecast is for the collective consciousness. And so for this week ahead, from August 29th to September 4th, we have a lot going on. And first, when I look at a tarot reading, I look at the heart of the matter. And the first card is the significator, which this week is reverse Wheel of Fortune. So, this week has a lot going on. First, we have a new moon in Virgo with an eclipse on the 1st of September. And we're also moving into Mercury retrograde starting on the 30th. So matters of fate and communication is at hand. So this card, Wheel of Fortune, is really looking at where our energy is most successful. And so looking at this chart, which is also the card is looking at the zodiac, all the 12 signs, all the faces of who we are. Because we are more than just our sun sign, and we are more than just those characteristics, because we have all those qualities, and those qualities are seen in the different aspects of where we are. And so when I look at the Wheel of Fortune for this week, I see that there is a twist of good fate coming. Of course, it's not going to be the way we expected it. So allow for things to move the way they need to, because our heart's intention is always the first way to set forth our real ambitions. Because in the atmosphere, we have the Fool. And again, another major arcana. And when I say major arcanas, this is part of our soul evolution. So it shows that we are in the beginning. So this new moon is very much about a new beginning. And the Fool is truly the archetype of the clown, the one that is able to move through life with his intuition, with her intuition, and truly going forward based off of what spirit is telling us. And so there is no rational thinking. There is no basing our things on the past, but truly living in the moment and trusting on where we're going. And so it's slightly tilted, so there's showing that we're feeling a bit hesitant to truly surrender. And this new moon in Virgo is truly about surrendering. Because in the cross current, we have the Star card, and the Star is again a major arcana. So when I talk about the heart of the matter, this is our internal world. What is going on within? And what's going on within is a huge collective shift that we are letting go of past habits, past emotions, things that no longer serve us. And when I talk about service, which so much is Virgo, is how are we serving? It is saying the things that hold us back from living our truth. And so much of that is deprogramming, because we have come from a long line, a huge industrial phase of patriarchal modalities that are no longer serving us as humans. And so we have to look what really serves us, what makes us happy and content and on track or in alignment with what feels good. It's not that we have to be happy all the time, but knowing that we are going in a direction that is serving us is what is the most fulfilling life that we can truly live. So this star goddess card is really asking us to open up to the psychic awareness, to open up to those intuitive powers. Let the goddess in, let her move you, move your heart, and truly listen to a deep, deep place within you that you can come and live fully. And so this new moon in Virgo is really about a surrender to the old story that no longer really matches our heart. So those stories of self-doubt, of fear, of destruction, of never being good enough, all those things that you think for some reason have served you to protect you no longer do, because you are willing to be bold in this life and be beautiful and allow yourself to keep being led by that which is most of service to your evolution. Because in the root we have Two of Swords. So as much as there is this huge movement internally that we're actually not going to be making any big decisions right now, that we are going to be guided, because things are going to change after the new moon and things are going to continue to change this entire month. And so it's not about settling on what we think needs to happen, but listening to what is already happening. Because in the sky, our mental world, we have 10 of discs. So there is something that's going to be birthed collectively, that we're coming together as community, as a tribe, and changing the way we work in the world. And again, this idea of service, what really feeds us? And how will we go about that? And so it's, instead of trying to do it individually on your own, it's about co-creation. That this new life that we're creating and world is about co-creating, and that we support each other. No longer competition, but supportive, playful connections. Because in the past we had Priestess of Cups, and I have to say that these past weeks have been very much about going to those deep places, those fear of abandonment, those fear of being alone, the fear of not being good enough, all those things that we think were just part of our emotional chemistry is no longer us. And so that's why all those huge, which seems almost irrelevant to this life, had to come up. This huge wave, this tsunami of emotional turmoil was showing us what comes after the storm. Because in our self-concept, we have reverse Ace of Cups. And so there is still a hesitancy to truly receive the gift of loving, that we actually really need to surrender to love. And what does it mean to surrender? It means to be able to receive. And so much of us, especially Virgos, we live to serve, we live to give. And now it's our time to stop and to receive and to trust that the more we're emptying our cup of the old things that keep us from truly receiving all the love that we're capable of giving, when we empty that cup, it just makes so much more room for the love that's real and true. Because in the hopes and fears, we have 8 of discs, and 8 is change, and discs is work. And so this is showing that we are moving towards work that is more spiritually fulfilling. So moving into tasks in daily life that make you feel aligned and connected and following your intuition, part of your spiritual path, is something that we're all truly craving. Because in the future, we have the Hanged One. So when we're really talking about surrender, the Hanged One is a karmic cleansing, and it's setting things in order. And so when we try and hold on, right, to that old story, to those old habits, the things that we feel comfortable with, the archetypes that we have been born into, and when we start removing them or changing their names or changing our own way of being, there's this tight grip of wanting to keep hold of something that's familiar. But allow yourself to be surprised by what you let go of. And allow yourself to know that it's okay to be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable means that change has happened and that you can constantly choose something in the moment. And also just ask for help, that you are constantly being guided by loved ones in this world and the worlds around us. And if we simply ask and surrender to all those aspects of ourselves, that we can truly have a more balanced life and trust that whatever our soul is being guided to do is part of the new myth that we're creating. Because in the house, we have Priestess of Wands, and she is all about living in her power, living in the intuitive knowing on which path to take, which direction, and which projects to really invest in. So in the outcome, the first card is Eight of Swords. And this is showing that there is a change of the way we're approaching life, that we are moving into a new way of thinking, a new paradigm, a new perspective is coming. And when we shift that change of perspective, magic happens. And the reverse Four of Cups comes, and there's an opening of the emotions and the opening of the self to look at the more opportunities and possibilities around us. And this moves us into Nine of Cups, which is, well, all of our heart's desires coming true, that we have been through such a deep process of asking that now we're having our gifts being received and having enough trust in knowing that our heart's desires are being answered. Because then we move into Three of Discs, and this is about getting paid for the work that you do, getting paid well, and being of value and being of service. And it moves us into the Lover's card, and this is the ultimate union. And so when we're looking at all these different aspects and all the things we're letting go of, we are truly actually making space for a greater union. And so this is truly a new beginning. When we are leading our life through our heart's desires, remember that when we cast our spells from our heart and we make our desires known to the universe, not from our rational mind, not from our ego that wants to serve some other paradigm, but our heart that really knows our internal world. Like the Fool, the heart's desires of the lovers will cast our spells for the universe to know this new story that we're telling, that there's no epic tragedies anymore, that Romeo and Juliet choose to live and to own up to their responsibilities and to create a new story for themselves. And that we're moving away from this world of where we think we need to be sick or not be supported or feeling abandoned, and all these things that we've experienced for lifetimes is ending now. And there's a new union coming. And so we just need to trust in ourselves and to know that a new relationship with ourselves and with others is coming. And that is the gift of loving. Hope this helps. Have an amazing week. And if you'd like a one-on-one or personal reading, contact me at www.innerdoorways.com. Have a beautiful day.